Hey y'all, welcome back to the Holding Space podcast with your girl, Coach V. We are back with episode number 7. We are almost done, guys. It is hard to believe, but season 1 is almost done. Like I said in the last episode, we will have 8 episodes. So after this one, that's it for this season. And then we will take a break. And then we'll go on to season 2, which is dun 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 holding space for people or women who were in toxic relationships, regardless of whether you were in the past or whether you're currently still in a toxic relationship. This is going to be for you. But in the meantime, we are still holding space for motherless daughters. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about, and y'all might not like me for this, but I don't care. It is what it is. It's my experience, my thoughts, and my views. So, we are going to talk about the ungrateful. Mhm. Yes. One of the things about being a motherless daughter is that when you see other people who still have their mothers and they disrespect their mothers or they just really, really take advantage, or not really take advantage, but they really don't understand the value that they have in their mother while they're still here, that gets under my skin. It makes me angry. And in the beginning, when it was new and fresh after my mom first passed, I had to really, really check myself because at the end of the day, that's their business. It ain't my business. I had my own relationship with my mom, and it was a great relationship. Did she get on my nerves sometimes? Absolutely. But guess what? I kept my mouth closed. I said what I had to say sometimes, but respectfully, because I would never disrespect my mom. But I see so many people out here like cussing their mamas out, like literally with whole cuss words, just being just attitude all the time. Just not really, just taking it for granted. That's really what it is. Just taking life for granted that she's always going to be there. Now, of course, there are some people who have gone through some trauma with their moms. There are some people who just honestly probably like hate their mothers and don't really care to have a relationship with them, and they have their reasons for that. I understand that. But for those who, have a fairly decent relationship with their mom and they just, brush them off when they want to spend time with them, or, they just are too busy, or, they got more important things to do than to spend time with their mom. It used to just, oh, I used to be wanting to fight. But again, I had to check myself because that's not none of my business. It's not any of my business, but the feelings were there and they were very strong. And I have also talked to a couple of my friends who share that same experience, and it is a strong feeling, and it is still bothersome. It's still bothersome, I have to say. In saying that, please, I beg of you, take advantage of the time that you have on earth with your mother, because she's not always going to be there. And once they're gone, ain't no coming back. Ain't no tomorrow. Ain't no time to make it better, or ain't no time to make it right. The time is now while they're still here. So do something about it now. So if the relationship is strained, or and you care to work it out, because I mean, granted, some people go through some things that they just don't feel like they can come back from. And I understand that as well. But if you do care to work it out, do it. Try. Do whatever you have to do in order to get to that place where you guys can just come together and make amends, or at least start to work on it. Little baby steps. I would take baby steps over no steps at all. I'm just saying. Because, there are some things, and I ain't gonna lie, there are some things that I have found out that kind of made me angry as it relates to my mom. And there's no answers that I can get, baby. No answers that I can get. I can't ask any questions. I can't get any clarity. There's nothing I can get. Because guess what? She is gone, baby. The only time I have with her is when she is in my dreams. And that's not often. It's not often. But I say all of that to say, you know, w- cherish the time. Cherish it. And again, you may not like me for this, but it's me, baby. I'm gonna always be honest. I'm always be real and transparent. It pisses me off. It does. And I used to just run around trying to, if I saw something like that in my family or if I saw somebody out in public, girl, I would insert myself into all of that, baby. But I have learned my lesson to mind my business because it's not my business to mind. That's y'all business with y'all parents, with your mom. But again, my advice would be to try to make it better, try to work on it while you have the time. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, and I don't know if this is common or not, but for years, I don't even remember how many years went by before I even went back to my mom's grave after she passed. And I kept saying, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, but I just could not muster up the courage, the strength in order to do it because I just knew that I was just gonna be in shambles and it was just gonna take me to a place that I did not want to be in. And I just avoided it for years, probably 5 or more years. So from the time the day she was buried, all the way up until all of those years later, I had not been to that gravesite. And when I finally did go, I was so shocked because when I got there, first off, I had to find the first off, I had to find it because, like I said, I had not been back in years, like literally years. And honey, when I say I don't even go back to my hometown, I drive through it. Only time I go and I actually stay in that city is if I go to see there's probably two people. That's it. And that's not even often. Not even often. But I went back to her gravesite and I had gotten the courage, and the strength because I was just prepared. I was bracing myself. Maybe I got to that. I found it after probably about 30 minutes of searching. It was crickets. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I felt nothing. And I was so shocked because everybody that I know and everyone that I have ever heard talk about going to a gravesite or even people online when they show their videos of going to, everybody's so emotional and just like, just really, really just emotional. I had no emotions. I had no feelings. I was just standing there and I was like, okay, hmm, okay. And I honestly think that it's because I know, yes, it was her body, but she's not in there. And I really feel like that in my heart. Like her spirit is not there, her soul is not there. It's just her body. So I feel like that is why there is no emotion there as it relates to going to visit a gravesite. And I don't know. I was kind of, I don't know. Like it just was so weird to me that that was the feeling. And now, my daughter has talked about it, my son has talked about my oldest son, and then now my younger son is talking about going to visit the grave, and I'm just like, I did tell them what my experience was, but I don't want to rob them of that experience if that's what they want. So I have agreed to go with them, and we're going to I'm just going to go to support them because, like I said, there is nothing for me. I felt nothing. And I already kind of had that, even though I thought that I was going to be in shambles, I had already in my mind and in my heart just knew that it's nothing there, but I just didn't know if I was gonna go back to, the day that we buried her and be emotional about that, or I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. Y'all let me know if that is something that's common, or you've ever heard of someone feeling like that before. And maybe some people feel like that, but they just don't say anything. But like I said, I'm gonna always be honest and transparent and just real about what I feel, and I'm not gonna ever sugarcoat it for anyone. And this has just been my experience with the whole thing. But I really, I don't know. And I honestly have to say that I wanted to feel something, but I just didn't at all. So I don't know. Though I don't know. And honestly, I don't even know if my grandmother has gone. Um, I don't know. I don't even know if my grandmother has gone. Let's do this. Let's do a call to my grandma to see what she has to say. Please leave your message for three. Okay, grandma. Grandma got another line, so we're gonna try that line. Hey, princess. Hey, grandma. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I have a question for you. Okay. I'm doing my podcast recording right now, and I was just talking about how it took me years and years and years to go back to my mom's grave, and how like I just felt I didn't feel anything when I went, and I just was wondering, like, have you gone to the grave, or how do you feel about that? Oh, I do not visit graves. Really? Really. I've never once to leave the cemetery when the body goes down in the grave. I don't even go to the graveside to see the body go down into the grave. Once, but I will go to the graveside. I will be there. Maybe if I sit in the car. But as far as in the graveside stairs, I don't do that. Once it goes into the ground, I never go back for visit. Never. Wow, that's interesting because I do not see a purpose. Okay. Unless you're going to go clean the cemetery off, something, I put something on it, some decoration or something on it. Why you go to the cemetery? The people are dead. I mean, what's the purpose? Okay. I don't mean to be cruel. I don't mean to be rude, but I have never gone back for visit. Okay. Well, I kind of feel the same. I kind of feel the same way, and I think that's why I didn't feel anything. Now I can't see what are you going to feel? You hold the memories in your heart. Right. Go to the cemetery, you're going to see the top of the thing on top of the whatever, the one I'm talking about on top of the cement thing. You're going to see that, the name and all that. The headstone. Yeah, what are you going to look for? To talk to them, to get down on your knees and you're only talking to yourself. Well, think about it. Well, grandma, that's how I feel. And I think but the reason why I say I didn't feel anything is because when I hear people talk about going to the grave, and when I see, they always like, oh, it's so emotional and they're crying and, all of those. Green grass is emotional and the top of the coffin, that's emotional. Please, if you got something emotional, you ain't got to go to the cemetery to let them out. That's true. That is so true. Okay, well, that makes me feel better. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. And about buying flowers, I don't buy flowers for no dead folks. I try to do everything I can while the person is alive and see it. But buying flowers ain't always going to the store and buying all them blossoms. That ain't the only thing about what buying flowers mean. Giving flowers where they live. Because when they're dead and gone, I'm not wasting my money on no flowers. I understand that. I feel that. It makes sense to me. Yeah, yeah. People, girl, they want to say, "Oh, I spent $200 for that bouquet." You crazy as hell. You are crazy. Why you didn't do something for them while they was living? Yeah, so they could see them, or give them $200 or however much you spent to the family. Yeah, yeah. People, your girl almost said a bad word. Almost said people the asshole backwards. Excuse me, Lord. Oh my goodness. Okay, grandma. When you dead and you go in that ground off this earth, you done as far as I'm concerned on this earth. Yeah. And I'm done with you on this earth. I hold memories of you in my heart. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, do you have
It
anything?
might sound cruel, don't it? But hey, that's how I am.
I
That's
don't.
all I'm saying.
I don't think it sounds cruel. I just think that's the reality of it all. And
Yeah,
um,
you can't to me, Victoria. My first child. You can't to me. So
I
don't
mean,
think
you
don't think
know,
you don't have no feelings, emotions when you go to the cemetery. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
okay. Well, I mean, I didn't think it was. I just at that moment, like all those years, I was just expecting it because that's what I had seen from other people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I just told you other people are?
Yes, grandma.
Me.
Yes,
That's what
grandma.
that time is before in reference to that. But that's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just never understand how people can be so crazy. So I got to go to the cemetery. It's her birthday and blah 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 blah. Girl, please celebrate the birthday. Which got some, they got some family left. Celebrate the birthday of that person with the family. Memorize something with the family. Do something. Girl, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't go take some flowers to the cemetery for the squirrels and mess up in the wind and the rain.
Yeah.
But when they was living, you didn't buy them a popsicle on her birthday. Well, that's how it goes. A lot of times, birthday. Sometimes you don't even call them up and wish them happy birthday.
Well, that's true. You're right about that. Some people don't.
That's true.
And then it be too late. And I think that's more so what the emotion is about. So a lot of
Yeah,
times is that they didn't do the things that they should have
guilt,
done or that they wanted to do while they were alive.
guilt.
Yeah.
With capital letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you, Grandma. This gonna be on my podcast. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
In your Webber City. Yeah, about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm as silly as they get.
Yeah. You'll have to come on one of my episodes with me.
I sure will.
Yeah. 'Cause you got me cracking up over here.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right, Grandma. I'll call you later.
are you coming this way up during the end of July time, birthday time, or
Thank you.
whatever? Okay. Then let's see.
All right.
Might
Love you, Grandma.
a little something for you.
Okay.
All right. God bless you. I love you. This is your silly
Love you
grandmother.
too. Okay. Bye. Well, there you have it. Those were the feelings of my grandmother, and I kind of share the same sentiment. And I don't know. Like she said, I'm some kin to her. Make sure that if you haven't seen the other episodes of the podcast, go back and binge watch them and comment and let me know what you think, or if you're sharing the same things that you're going through, or if you have different experiences, or whatever you might be going through as a motherless daughter. This is your community. This is your space. We are holding space for you. And I would love to connect with you. Make sure you binge watch the videos as well as listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, as well as YouTube podcasts also. And then after you do all of that, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already become a subscriber so that you know when I post new videos, because I am going to start going live. I know I've said that a few times, but I'm just getting some things prepared behind the scenes. I am doing a lot actually. But you'll hear about that probably within the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that as well. For motherless daughters and for women who are in toxic relationships or have been in toxic relationships but still don't know how to move forward. I got a lot coming up. So that's what I've been doing behind the scenes. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been going live, like I said before. I'm just trying to get everything ironed out. Plus, I also work a full time 9 to 5 job. I do work from home, but I work too, and I have a husband and and children, and so yeah, it's a lot going on. So y'all bear with the sister, okay? But anyway, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one, episode number 8, which is the final episode of this season. Okay, bye.